I got a call earlier today, and it was from a new agent. And she was like, I don't know, maybe I got in at the wrong time. Like, she got into real estate. She got licensed about 2 months ago. And I was like, well, hold on a second. Do you have leads in your database? And she's like, oh yeah. Like that, I mean, I've got a few hundred. And I'm like, oh my God, you're so new to real estate that you don't fully realize the value of having that many leads in your database. Look, in my day in 2009, if you had 300 leads in your database, like, whoa, like that you were keeping in touch with. So here's the thing. What she was nervous about is she's like, well, I don't really know like all of the buyer scripts and all of that. Like, what are you supposed to tell them about financing? What are you supposed to tell them? Like, oh my God, what a beautiful place to be. Because for the majority of people, right? For the majority of people, do they give a crap about what they need to do to get their financing together? Do you know what I mean? Do they give a crap about like how to prepare to go out and show homes? Like, they don't give a crap about that. Like, most people right now are just trying to figure out like, what in the world is going on? So what I'm getting at is the thing that leads to success in real estate has always been the same. It's just our industry, God bless their souls, have screwed up our industry so terribly by trying to implement, our industry's gotten so competitive that they're like, people are trying to implement these cheesy sales scripts and these formatted LP mama, find out if they have a home to list, find out if they've gotten their financing together, like all of these things that you're supposed to do when you get on the phone with people. And it's like, buyers are like, oh my God, I just want to know if that home had a basement. Do you feel me? So the thing is like, I don't care where you're at in your real estate career, but even brand new, you haven't learned some of the horrible habits that the industry teaches agents. Like right now, you're focusing on two things: empathy and nurturing. That's it, right? You're just literally calling people. And, I said it in the last, I've said it every day during our Zoom, our Haven Huddle, right? The Zoom conference call that we do in the morning. Like, this is such an opportunity to just pick up the phone and call the people in your database, right? We're fortunate because we have the rapid dialer. And all you're doing is asking, how are you doing? Just like you did you just reached out to me and you're like, hey, how are things going, right? How are you doing, right? And here's the thing. You make enough of those phone calls, I would venture to say you make 10 to 15 of those phone calls. One of them is going to be like, yeah, but seriously though, like, we got to move. It was all kind of theoretical 3 months ago, but like our lease ends in 2 months, or our house, whatever the case may be. You follow? You're going to find someone that has a specific question that relates to right now, right? So here's the thing that I would do. I would set up a camera, right? I would make your calls and I would have a camera set up and just running. And I would call people. And then there's going to be that one call that you explain something as it relates to real estate right now. They're going to ask some question and maybe you'll be able to answer it in that call. That's great, right? But if you're able to answer it in that call and you've had your video camera set up, boom, you now have a video to release to the marketplace. Do you get what I'm saying? And you transcribe that, right, for your captions. And now that's your article. That's real estate today. It's back to the fundamentals. It's connect with on an authentic level. That's why I said those two words. You've got to deploy empathy and nurturing. You've got to live in their shoes, in their experience. You got to meet them wherever they're at emotionally. Like people's emotions, people's fear or uncertainty ranges, right? It's different for everybody. Some people are like, this is no big deal, temporary break, life goes on. And then there's some people who are like legit freaked the out. Do you get what I'm saying? And so like you have an opportunity to just demonstrate your humanity as a real estate agent. And like I just continue to preach, it feels good. So you want to get your real estate career like super ramped up. What you can do over the course of this next 3 or 4 weeks, if you're disciplined and you just do it every day and you make a routine, you make a system about it, the momentum you'll be able to gain in this 3 weeks would compare to a year's worth of activity outside of this. Because number one, people have way fewer distractions right now. You know, they're like, a lot of people are stuck at home. A lot of people, like most people are stuck at home. And so, whereas typically, you know, maybe 1 out of 15 people would pick up the phone, now it's looking more like 60, 70% are picking up their phone. So it's a great opportunity, twofold, right? Yesterday I talked about, hey, write down the question and then make an article out of it, right? And then I thought to myself, you know, I teach all the time, and most of the videos that I put out into social media are simply a result of recording what I'm already teaching, right? So literally what I'm going to be talking about tomorrow in our morning huddle is like, hey, find a setup where you can set up a camera to videotape you while you're doing your call. Boom, you've just killed 2 birds with 1 stone. But there's another aspect to it too, like training wise, you can kind of look at how you're coming across or what you're saying to people and go, ooh, you know, I could improve that. So there's a bit of an accountability function in there. I would really look at that, and I would work at implementing that in as quickly as possible.